How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Commando. Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Commando. Deadeye. Mercenary. Mercenary chosen. Pick a Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Commando. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only—
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing.
That thing?
Better, huh?
The best end.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Swoop.
Wonder who put it here. The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Flash the slash. That's sure to be useful. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Smackdown! Knock 'em flat. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. The scrap keeps piling up. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then. There have been rumors of a one-eyed rogue. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purge.
Wherefore, Gabo.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his. You handle that net like you've never done. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did... He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Wherefore, where?
The tree started to die when the end
Kim Horber.
The genetic evolution that occurred. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out he wants you to understand. His friend. Regardless. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be...
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so...
Take it out.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Evunkutu
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Baluutulua. Chintwata moti huasa.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit.
Loma utulu. Ba yuwo.
He can sense you share Myriad's view on the world. The Myriad would embrace someone willing to fight against the tyranny of the Jagni.
Koibe okorfabe. Lua tolu dum.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Kutuvun poputuri.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. Body blow. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. Hey, smarty. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. He let you in, but thinks you should be patient when it...
Zata is de muito tloho. Kariesne zdatse. Paro.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can... Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in there. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone.
Tätä karjesnes.
He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Zata, yeti rikli, uko.
Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can. The outcome of
Yeti rikli, pata fu uflete. Zata.
tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts.
Dunzadne.
Once you've conquered the rival's outposts, you'll challenge them.
Zivo. Dunzadne. Pat.
Seeing you brings...
Zivot. Apinosko. Nezdatsne okoni. Iglis moitox. Yeti rikli, apinosko.
Solo tui lau ayotsa klit nubosak.
Las litsaoit. Yobijen. Rekol yoyo.
Inga no hau. Mapeo yate mabeyu. Inga no hau.
Worth thinking about. The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Let's see. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the Wonka ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Knock 'em out. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade. And sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He asks how you are today. Goop says he wonders where. He thinks you should. And he says that wasn't too bad. Wait. But you need. You just need. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her. You know you can't. She'll see you at. Here's another familiar face with locks on it. Asks how you're feeling. You should look for. He can work. You did well. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she does. She. You've always followed your own path, but this time. They look determined. He asks you to stop right there and... He wants to know who you think you are. She asks if you're hurt. The most It's time to... Here's someone close to heart? Seeing you all... He's curious to see what you found. He can work one... Think some up. He's...
Badayan analog